so I actually don't have a tripod, so I'm literally about to just film this video and YouTube video organically because it's not gonna be a super long YouTube video. It's gonna be pure value based, but this is gonna be the 3 to 5 things that I did so far to be able to do 14K this month, or just averaging 10 to 30K months with organic dropshipping for the last couple of months. So yeah, I have all the proof. I've been averaging 10 to 30K months with pretty solid margins, 60 to 65% margins the last couple of months. When I first got into organic, my first like 2 winners were like fucking 50 to 45%. I didn't really understand when it came to margins and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is gonna be mainly just a value-based video where I kind of just give you guys, like I said, the 3 to 5 things that have allowed me to continuously keep making consistent money with organic. So the first thing I want to talk about obviously is product selection. You need to stop running these shitty ass, dumbass products, bro. This is my product criteria. It's my product criteria list, okay? There's 3 main things I look for, and this is like when I'm looking at a product. My first things first is demand. And what do I mean by this? When you see a product that, let's say, has 100K views, but it only has 10 to 15 comments and nobody's asking where to buy, then that's a bad indication that the product might not convert, especially if it has like low views, like 5 to 10 comments out of 100K views. That's a high indication that the product is a low converting product. If it's a normal product, normal video showing the product, or just a high converting concept as well, let's say they did a failing business concept or something, and they don't have a lot of comments, what they usually should, then that's a high indication that the product converts low. Now, don't get me wrong, there are products out there. There's 2 type of winning products. There's products that convert very high, and there's products that go stupid viral. There's 2 type of winning products. I typically go for products that convert very high, but I also have ran products that have gone super viral as well. But like I said, first thing I look for always is demand and comments and engagement. So like I said, the likes, typically with the likes, let's say if a video has 100K views and it has like 7 to 10K likes, but it doesn't have a lot of demand, what that means is that the audience itself is a super passionate audience. If there's a shit ton of likes, but not a lot of demand, it means the audience itself is super passionate, but they just don't want the product as much. You feel what I'm saying? So one thing you could do is you actually can go in and you could do an emotional concept, and that will make the product convert like crazy. Like a lot of products are like 2K per mil. If they have a crazy passionate audience and you go through do like an emotional concept with them, it will convert like 5 to 10K per mil just because of the fact that the audience is crazy. So that's something to definitely look out for, especially when it's going on the burner. But yeah, first thing I always look at is comments, bro. Like if the product doesn't have a lot of comments, like if you're doing 100K views, fucking 5 to 10 comments, it most likely converts low. Most of the time, obviously depending on the concept. Like if they did a modern art concept, or they did some type of concept like Labubu, they did a concept where it was like same generation versus our priorities, I'm sure you've seen those concepts, then those are a little different, and I would look at other videos to see the demand because of the fact that those are low converting concepts. But if baseline they're doing 100K views, 200K views, and the comments there's no demand, then that's a high indication that the product doesn't convert. Only reason I would run a product like that is, one, if there's a shit ton of likes and I can do emotional with it and just print money because it's gonna be 5K per mil, or if it's a product that's going stupid viral, so you could do like 50 million views plus, then it's worth running. Like the heated blanket. The heated blanket didn't convert that high from what all my test orders from what I've seen, but it just went stupid viral. So like that's why it barely printed, even though it was like $500 per mil. So that's one of the first things I always look for when it comes to product criteria is demand. The second and third thing I always look for is obviously passionate audience, but second is use case. The use case of the product. This kind of ties into comments as well, but the use case is very important. And there's different types of use case, but typically the more that they can use the product, the more that they can go and it will convert higher. If you run, let's say a rug, right? Let's say you ran a rug. It's in a passionate audience. If you market them as custom made, then it has the wow factor. Like if you market them as you hand make a rug and it's in a passionate audience, then it checks off those criteria list. But the third one thing it doesn't check off is the use case. It's just a rug at the end of the day. There's not really much they can do with it after they buy the product. They just put it on the floor. So because of that fact, it's gonna convert lower, like 1 to 1.5K per mil. If you market it as handmade, possibly 2K per mil at the most. Now, a mug, a handmade mug like the Lord of the Rings mugs, why did those print? Those were converting high even without handmade concepts. Reason being is because it's in a passionate audience, right? Super passionate audience. It has a quote unquote wow factor, but the main reason is the use case. The use case is the main reason. The more they can use a mug every single day to drink. Because of that fact, it has a reoccurring use. So because it has a reoccurring use, it has a way higher, like it has higher demand. The more someone can use whatever product you're selling, the more higher likely it's going to convert higher. That's super, super important. Super important. It sounds like base knowledge, but people overlook it. People say value. Value, when I don't say value because like there's so much different ways to perceive value. Like when you're running a blanket, you can sleep with it. When you're running a rug, like there's different types of value. It's about the use case. How, and also, does the audience would want something that provides that use case? That's another big thing. Like, for instance, when you're running, like, say, a blanket, if you're running a blanket that's targeted towards men, it's a higher chance that it's not going to convert as good as when you're marketing towards women. Oh, my bad. It's a higher chance it's not going to convert as good compared if you're marketing towards women. Why? Because women want blankets more than men. What grown-ass man is buying custom blankets, bro? You feel me? So that's super important that it's something that they would actually use. That's super important. But like I said, use case is super important. The more that they have a higher chance of using the product, the higher likely it's going to convert higher. Really, I look for passionate audience and use case. Wow factor obviously ties into play, but at the end of the day, if it's in a passionate audience and it has a really good use case for that audience, you should be able to go viral, honestly. But it's so easy now. There's so many emotional concepts you can do, just high converting concepts as well, even run to store concepts. So many viral concepts to do. It shouldn't be an issue going viral, even with a product that lacks wow factor. That's why that doesn't matter as much anymore. But in general, use case and passionate audience. Now, that's the first thing that's super important when it comes to product selection. Now, the second thing that has allowed me to do 10 to 30K a month with organic is understanding like how to actually go about running products consistently. What do I mean by this? Is that people think that you can only run a product for like 1 month, 2 months, even if it's a quote unquote pump and dump product, which is so dumb as shit to me. When in all reality, bro, you can run products for like a year straight, even pump and dumps. You just need to understand how to go about running products. What I mean by this, when you have a product, let's say you're running a blanket, right? Let's say you're running a blanket, right? So let's say you're running a blanket and you're doing 5K a month with that blanket and it's quote unquote dying out. You need to understand these 2 to 3 rules. First of all, you need to be implementing new concepts. I see a whole bunch of organic dropshippers, all they do is they'll spam the same exact concepts, but they won't do new concepts. Obviously, continue to keep doing what's working and split test what's already working, but also start implementing and looking for new winning concepts. Because you need to understand, once you go viral with a concept, right? It can only keep going viral for so long. Due to that fact, it will eventually average out. I'm sure you've seen, like, for instance, when Ashton Hall was super viral. When he went super viral, what happened? His account blew up. He was doing like 50 million views, 100 million views. I don't know how many views he's doing now, but his account blew up to peak, and now it's like averaged out at average views. And then he has some outliers that do like way higher than the average. That's what I mean. You need to start implementing new concepts. Keep split testing what's already working when you find your first winning concept, but start implementing new concepts. Having a system of posting is super important. For me, I do 2 split tests and 1 new concept. 2 split tests and 1 new concept. That's a system I have in place, and that's what I've always done. And what that allows me to keep finding new winning concepts, which allows me to keep running the product for a longer period of time. Because whenever you keep doing something new in terms of concepts, you will keep going viral. Even on Facebook and Instagram, I do this as well. Yes, you will keep going viral consistently with the product, the winning concept you have, but implementing new winning concepts will spike your account even more and make you go more and more viral even more, which is super important. And it also builds longevity with the product. The second thing is start implementing different variants and different like similar products in the niche. For instance, once you find your first winning product and you have a Prime Instagram, Prime Facebook, right? You need to start doing deeper dives and start treating it like a brand instead of an organic dropshipping account. What I mean by this, start implementing new variants to the account. Stop just doing the same. Stop only thinking about that one product. Bro, expand your horizon, expand your mind. Start thinking, okay, what products can I add on to this account? For instance, if you're running a fucking blanket and you're running it in the Taylor Swift niche, right? Okay, look up on ChatGPT. First, do different do different albums. Do all her albums, right? So really rinse everything. Get different variants of the product. Do all her albums. Now, okay, go on ChatGPT. What are the top 5 most? What are the 5 like most similar artists to Taylor Swift that Taylor Swift fans would most likely also like as well? And what you would do is you're going to find different audiences that are similar to Taylor Swift, and you're going to start adding those onto your account. And instead of just being a Taylor Swift account, you'd be a niched, all blanket artist account. What does that do? So say you can make 30K with each artist depending on how big they are. Say the horizon is 10 to 30K for each artist, 30K on the high end, 10K on the low end. Bro, you will print money because you're adding all the fucking artists, bro. If you have blankets and you're marketing blankets for Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, fucking Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, but that's 4 different audiences to print money from, and all you gotta do is bring new products onto that market. So that's super important, is you can add on products or add on quote unquote different variants or niches to your account depending on the product. Or for another example is if you're running a book, like say you're running a book product, right? So say you ran let's say you ran the fucking book projector, right? If you were Prime Instagram or Facebook, you can start adding on new book products and start becoming a niche account. So run your book projector. If you're making 3 videos a day, do 2 videos for the book projector and then do 1 video for a brand new product in the book niche, and your account is going to take it because of the fact that you already have a primed account in the book niche. So now you're just adding on products in that niche that potentially could print money. And what that does is that spikes your account even more, and that starts to building out more averaging views, and that starts to also start building out brands. You already have a primed account. Just keep running the product you're running and add on new products. Now you have 4 or 5 winning products or 4 or 5 products. Whenever you see a new product in the book niche, just throw that shit on your account and start cycling in with your already winning product. Now you have 2-3 products printing you money on one account, and you have a system. Say you do 3 videos a day, 1 video for each product, or you do 2 split tests of 1 product and 1 video of another product, and the next day you do 1 product. But you have a system in place that allows you to build the account to 100K, 200K followers and still print money. And you could print so much more money because now every time someone is in that audience that brings a product to the market in that niche, you just steal that shit and post it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's super important that you guys stop thinking of your accounts like a drop shipper. Oh, I'm just gonna run this product, then drop the account. No, keep running the product and start expanding. That's the key, is to expand, and you make consistent money. Bro, every single one of the products that I'm running right now, or I have been running, I have 2 products. I've been making money with those accounts for like 3 months now, 3-4 months, consistently 5 to 10K months. Why? Because I keep expanding. I even had a 20K month like 2 months ago, one of them, because I keep expanding the accounts. I keep adding on new products. I keep adding on new niches, new niches for the product I'm running, or I keep adding on new products in that niche to the account. And what that does is that spikes the account, builds the account, and I'm just printing money because of the fact. It's that simple. It's not complicated science, bro. So yeah, that's super important, especially when it comes to consistency. That allows you to just keep making money and stacking on winning products. And when you keep stacking on winning products, now let's say you have 4 accounts make you $200 a day. Now you're hitting 1K days consistently. Like, it's not complicated science, bro. So that's number 2. And the third way, I would say, the third reason that I'm hitting consistent 10 to 30K months with organic dropshipping, like I said, is 1, product selection. I have good product selection. 2, understanding how to actually actively run products. And 3, I would say my third main reason, if I had to say out of all the reasons why, mindset and conviction. Mindset and conviction is very, very important, bro. One thing about me, and the one thing I realized why I was stuck at 10 to 30K a month, but I couldn't get past and do 50 to 100K, was the lack of conviction and belief I had in myself. You need to have conviction in yourself. You need to believe you can make 10K a month. You need to believe you can make 20, 30K a month. Yes, product selection and understanding concepts and all the other shit, your content, all that stuff, testing. But at the end of the day, to make consistent money, you need to adopt the mindset of somebody who's already making 10K plus with organic dropshipping. And it's possible because I've done it. I know multiple other people who have done it as well. You need to adopt that mindset. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it all comes down to conviction you have in yourself. The reason why, The reason why after you hit your first 10K month, it's so easy to hit next 10K months is because you adopted the identity of somebody hitting 10K months. And now that's your average. You need to adopt that identity before it happens. So it's going to happen at a faster rate. The longer it takes you to adopt the identity of somebody who's already hitting 10 to 20 to 30K months and you have pure conviction in what it is that you're doing and stop doubting yourself, the longer it's going to take for you to hit those milestones. And that's just how it is. For me personally, when I hit my first ever winner, right? I did 5K the first month and 25K the second month. You know what I realized? And I also realized when I had my biggest months, my biggest months is when I had the most conviction in myself. Right before I had my first winner, I went and I actually had to get out of my mom's house and I moved into my boy's house, and his mom told me I had 2 months to make it work, or I tell the story all the time. His mom told me I had 2 months to make it work, or I had to get kicked out and I would have nowhere to go and I'd be homeless. So what I did, I genuinely took a huge risk. I didn't get a job. I literally grinded organic dropshipping the whole 2 months. First month, I only made 5K in revenue, right? But I did not doubt myself at all. I had a pure conviction on what it is that I was doing. And because I had pure conviction that I was going to make it work, and I adopted the identity of somebody who already made it work to where I wasn't even worried or paranoid. I was having fun while I was there, but I was grinding. You needed to understand the difference. Yes, don't be paranoid, be urgent, but you're a multi-million-dollar self or someone who's making 10K a month plus. You need to do the things that he would do. And if you're making 10K a month, then why would you be worried about the reality you're in right now, when in all reality, you are already there. You're just waiting for time to catch up. Still be urgent, but don't be paranoid or worried. That's the biggest thing. But I was doing the work every single day. I had no worries. I was literally just going about my day. Every time my mom would call me, she'd be like, not my mom, but my grandma. Every time she called me, she'd be like, Anthony, like, oh, what if you don't make it? Da, 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 da. Like, what if you don't make this money, Anthony? You're gonna be homeless. Da, 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 da. But all this bullshit, right? Bro, I swear to God on everything I love. I literally told her, I was like, Grandma, I got this. Don't worry. I'm gonna figure it. I said, I got this. Don't worry. I said, I remember I told her, I was like, she said, what if this don't work? I was like, it's going to work. It has to work. I won't even allow my mind to even think what if, because I don't have a fucking option. I have to make this work. And if it quote unquote somehow didn't work, I figured out a way. And that's all I did. And I made it work. First month, 5K in revenue. Second month, 25K in revenue. When I had my second biggest month, second month, 25K in revenue to 30K, because if we did the last 30 days of that store for that month, quote unquote, I did like 33K, 35K. But for that whole second month I was there, I did 25K to 26K, something like that. Now, my second highest month was 30K. That month, beginning of that month, I had super doubt in myself. And I ended up changing strategies, and I had pure conviction in that strategy, and I ended up doing 30K. I had a product that I've been running for like 2 months, that I had been running for 2 months at a time, spike up and explode, and I ended up doing like 10 million. No, I did like 5 million views in one video, and I made like 20K. I had like a 20K month that month. It spiked. I had like 2 to 3 back-to-back 4K days. What it is? I had like a 30K month that month, 20K with that product, 10K with another. Like I said, the reason why that was the case was because I had pure conviction, without a doubt in my head, that was gonna happen, and that's what happened. This month, I'm at 14K in revenue. I'm at 13 to 14K in revenue, around there. 13 to 14K. It's the 13th right now, about to be the 14th. The reason why I'm at this like 13 to 14K revenue is because of the fact that I have pure conviction in what it is I'm doing right now. And I'm going to hit 100K month because I have pure conviction on what it is that I'm doing and that I'm going to make it happen. So the third thing is mindset and conviction. Those are 3 ways I've been able to make consistent 10K month plus, 10 to 30K months plus with organic dropshipping. Is because of those 3 things. Product selection, understanding how to run products for a consistent long period of time and make accounts, print money. and 3, conviction in myself. If you adopt these 3, if you adopt the conviction, you're already gonna win. But if you do the other 2 things as well and understand those things and listen to what I just said in the last like 10 minutes, and you actually genuinely take that advice, that's how I hit consistent 10 to 30K months. Okay, so I hope this video really did help. I hope it gave you a little bit of value. I'm actually currently opening up a free one-on-one with me. You can work with me for the free. I'm not opening up a quote-unquote paid mentorship right now. I'm looking for just free one-on-ones. Only thing I require is I need you to be able to work with me. So it's gonna be a free mentorship, but I wanna work with you. So what that means is that I need editors. It's like kind of like this. It's a value exchange. So I guess you say it's not a mentorship. I will give you a free mentorship, right? Go over your product selection, content, everything. Only thing I need you to do is edit for me. I just need you to edit. I provide you everything you need. I just need 3 videos a day, running a product for me and editing. That's all I need. If you want to work with me and get free knowledge, a free mentorship, and I already have a couple people now who are working with me. 2 people currently. Well, 1 person who's about to hit his first 10K month within 2 weeks of working with me. The second person who is about to go and do his first, I think he had his first couple 1K days or $500 to 1K days working with me. And I have also a couple other people who are also working with me who are also making sales. So yeah, if you want to work with me, learn, at the same time, I'm opening up a free one-on-one. Also, obviously, we're gonna be working together. I can't find the word to describe what it is, but you guys get the point. Like, we're gonna work together. I just need you to run a product for me, only editing. I provide you the clips, I will film them, whatever it is. I just need you to edit for me, and I'll give you a free one-on-one mentorship. So yeah, if you're interested in that, DM me. My Instagram will be down below, or Discord. DM me, and we can work together. So just let me know. I'm taking anybody as long as they have decent editing skills, and actually have been in organic or understands organic a little bit. Then DM me, and bro, we're gonna get you printing. And also be a great learning experience to learn from somebody who's done over 150 to 160K in revenue with organic. 160K plus now, I think. But yeah, so that was today's video, bro. Like I said, keep pushing, keep grinding, bro. I know this video is a little weird because of the fact that I didn't have a tripod, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think it's better to have organic like type of content like this anyway. So yeah, like I said, y'all be safe, y'all keep grinding, and hey, bro, let's get rich. 100K a month coming on the way for me.